For this lesson, let's start a new file. Go to File, New. If you're on a PC and it asks if you want to save the other file, you don't have to. You can close it without saving it. In this file, let's look at the polygon tool. So click on the polygon tool in the large tool set to select that tool. We're going to draw two polygons. So first, in the upper left corner of your screen, click once and move the mouse to the right or the red direction and click a second time. Then let's do something similar to the right. We don't have to line them up per se, but go ahead and click anywhere on the right and then move your mouse to the right and click a second time. Now, as soon as you click to set that second polygon down, don't do anything else. You have a couple of options. First, notice in the bottom right corner of your screen, it says inscribed radius, and it's a certain number of feet and inches. Well, you can change that and change the size of this polygon. You don't ever click in this measurements box. This is known as the measurements box. You just go over to your keyboard. So you don't click there. You just go to your keyboard and type something else. So I'll type 30 and the foot mark for feet. That's also the quotation key next to your enter key. And then press enter and watch what happens to the polygon. It resizes to a 30-foot inscribed radius. You can make changes as many times as you like in a row. So I'll type 25 feet, enter. That'll change it to a 25-foot inscribed radius. And you can keep making changes. So I'll type 40 feet, enter. You can keep making changes until you do something else in SketchUp, whether that's pick a tool or start drawing something new. Now you also have the option to change the number of sides. So try this. Type the number 3 and the letter S and hit enter, and it'll change to a 3-sided polygon or a triangle. Again, you can change as many times as you'd like. Type 8 and the letter S and hit enter for an 8-sided polygon. And you can still change the feet and inches. So type 20 feet, enter. You can go between sides and feet as many times as you'd like until you do something else. Notice too that a new polygon that you draw now will default to the number of sides that you picked most recently. So in this case, I had 8 sides. So if I click to draw a new polygon and click, it's an 8-sided polygon. So what happens if you want to change an old polygon? Let's go back over to the original one that you drew and hover along the edge where you get that red on edge inference. Right click, so you should see the whole blue outline happening on the edge, and pick the option for Entity Info. In your Entity Info window, you'll notice that there's a place for radius. Go ahead and highlight the radius and change it. I'll type 20 feet, and make sure to hit that Enter or Return key on your keyboard. And also notice too, the segments or sides here, you can change those. So you can highlight where it says 6 and type 5 and hit enter, and it'll change it to a 5-sided polygon. You can make these changes as often as you like through Entity Info as well. But let's go ahead and close that window down. And notice too that even though we changed this to a 5-sided polygon, our cursor is still defaulting to an 8-sided polygon. So that's only when you type that information into the measurements box that it'll change the default segments.